Do your research because they're not going to give you the information. Don't believe anything you see on the internet or TV. Make sure all the research you do has sorted sites and facts. And just like you've been told growing up your whole life in school, that in order to make a plan, you have to have steps. Just the same concept over and over. Vote for somebody who's got a plan for their dreams, not somebody who just makes claims. And make sure they can prove to you that their plan is possible. Yes. Just use everything you've been told in school. Everything you're told that you have to go to a college, and when you learn how to do research papers and stuff like that, it's like, why does that all get thrown out the window when it comes to politics? I don't see any of that information. And even if it is, it may be out there, I don't know. Find it and share it. Make sure everybody gets the accurate information.
Pay attention, figure out who the people are, be careful who you vote for, put a lot of thought into it. Don't just put anything down.
That you should know who are the candidates at least, by least. And if you're voting for anyone, you should look them up for at least a day to understand what they stand for. I think that's what all people need to know.
The advice I would give is that nothing can be accomplished by man's governments. They have governed now for thousands of years and have not been able to attain world peace, have not been able to solve simple issues. No one's been able to do it. So my advice would be to look at a theocracy, which is God's government, a theocracy rather than a democracy. And as a Jehovah's Witness, that's what we look forward to, is God wiping out all of the politicians and all of the governments that are in the world today, and ushering in a new system of things by way of the theocracy that is run by his son, Jesus Christ, as king. So that would be my advice, and I would be willing to help anyone learn more about that.
If you haven't found out what I feel that I've found out and convinced myself over thorough research, I would say it's worth looking into. And if you're somebody, though, who feels like you don't need to vote or you don't need to be interested in politics, that's not necessarily a good attitude either, because this is the world you live in. It's your responsibility to care about it, to have a say. It's like, I see how you're in a country that people have fought and died so that you could have the chance to live in a democracy, a free country, and they all did that with a good motive. I would say, so it's good that you feel that responsibility, is what I would say to them. I would say that's good. I would say, but if I could just show you a different political candidate, if I could show you what the Bible really teaches about the future, maybe maybe I can show you something better than politics. It's the best politics, really, because it's the ultimate answer. So I know that probably sounds crazy, but if you haven't done the research, then I would expect you to think that. So that's what I would tell them.
If you really feel like you want to vote and make an impact, then more power to you, do it. I would just say, don't go off the words of your, parents or your friends, because you can do your own research and you can learn about them yourself. So, use the internet, use what you have at your hands to do your own research and figure out who is going to best suit you and what your needs are. Like I said, don't go just off of what other people say.
The advice I would give is just tear this whole system down. Start fresh again. This is messed up. This two-party system, where this is just not the way to do it there, because it doesn't represent the world. It doesn't represent America. And, people are still being held down. People are still being held back. So their voices aren't being heard. So I think get out and vote, 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 vote. Try to change the system, because it's broken and we need to fix it.